Ladies and gentlemen, what is the one magic word, the panacea to all problems? Do you know what is that magic word? Anyone?
More money.
The magic word which is bandied about by the government leaders, business leaders to solve any problem. That word is innovation. As an innovation consultant, I can tell that's wrong. Not in the way it's being done anyway. Because innovation is full of risk. You need lots of resources with uncertain results. It takes a long time. So, innovation is not the answer. Then what is the answer? If you examine your life, how do you come to the stage you are now? What is the one skill that enables you to thrive? What is the one skill that makes human civilization possible? What is the one skill that makes technological progress, advancement all over the world? The word is copycat. That's how we learn when you're young. That's how the reason why we study, so that we can imitate, we can copy what has been learned by the geniuses. The greatest scientist in the world, for example, Sir Isaac Newton, he formulated the laws of motion, and his laws became the foundation of the Industrial Revolution. Previously, they do not know how to put a theoretical basis and calculations and all that, but by applying these principles, copying all the world, it makes the Industrial Revolution possible. And then the US is the biggest copycatter or imitator because they copied the technology of the Industrial Revolution, but they did not just copy. They copy and then they innovate. They add their own. That's why they came out with the first aeroplane, invented many harvesters and all that, which drove the economy of the US. And after that, Japan, after the ravage of the Second World War, they copied technology. They use reverse engineering, which is basically copying, but they added a new dimension to it, which is innovation. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about innovation. It's more about imitation or copycatting. That's why I created this term, copycat innovation. I got this inspiration from Peter Drucker, the effervescent business guru, one of my most respected person. Now, he created this term called creative imitation. Now, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Creative, and then you come up with imitation. As an innovation consultant, I feel very uncomfortable. Why be creative and come up with an imitation? Why not imitate and come up with innovation? That's why I coined the term copycat innovation. The natural recourse of it would be imitative innovation. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So that's why I come up with this, and I applied for trademark for this as well. And copycat innovation is provocative, it's controversial, it's an oxymoron. That's why I like it so much. Because it evokes strong emotion, especially very negative emotion. No president, no business leader would like to announce to the world that we are going to highlight imitation, we are going to have imitation as the official policy, we are going to appoint a chief imitation officer. Has any company got a chief imitation officer? But ladies and gentlemen, that is the crux of the whole problem. We are in the wrong track. We should imitate and then innovate. Look at what happens to the economy of US and China versus China today. USA's economy grew the fastest during the imitation period. And Professor Audit Shankar, who just recently written a book called Copycat, the strategic edge for your business, he said that the reason for America's economic decline and lack of competitiveness is because America has lost its way. He has forgotten how to imitate. And in contrast to China, China has double-digit growth within the past 3 decades, coming from obscurity to number 2 economic power of the world. And this is achieved through copycats. And now they are in the position of copycat, not only copycat, but copycat innovation. Today they are exporting technology actually, on green technology, on coal-firing plants to the US and Canada. And how they start? Do you start from the beginning? No, you start from what people have done before. As Isaac Newton says, I achieve great results because I stand on the shoulders of giants. So how are you going to progress? Are you going to, for example, if you're an athlete, you want to train for 100 meters. Are you going to keep on running and training? No. Now, who is the fastest 100 meters runner in the world today? Anyone? Usain Bolt. Now, coaches from all over the world is analyzing frame by frame of how Usain Bolt runs. I read about that. Every second is important. When to accelerate, when to have a steady pace, and so on. Every frame is important. By analyzing the frame and trying to copy his technique, you can advance much faster than before. So everything revolves around imitation. Yet imitation has been given such a bad reputation. Business Week, in its magazine, Forbes, and many other magazines are now singing praises of imitation. They say that we are in the imitation economy. You know why? Because today we have the internet. And with internet, the information, new ideas, is just one click away. So what are we waiting for? But while the internet provides information, there needs to be a methodology, a process, a structured process. That's why when the CEOs were interviewed, 94% of them say that the most important skill to survive in today's business environment is innovation. Yet you ask them further, how? They are lost. Because only 4% took action, only 4% have a strategic plan for innovation. And even among those who innovate, they do so on an ad hoc basis. They do it as a reaction and not as a strategic plan. But today I'm so happy because I've developed a 7-step process for copycat innovation. And this 7-step process, I was in Malaysia last month. I did to a multi-billion-dollar company. We're using the 2+3 formula. 2 days of learning the 7-step process and 3 days to apply this process on a specific project. And these were all senior managers. And based on my recommendation, what they did was to get the financial people, account people, to give real figures. At the end of the 3 days, they have an action plan, and they calculated the impact. Had they implemented what they have done, each of the 3 projects, talking about projects, will save them millions of dollars. So that is the impact, the first success that I had. So let's go through some of the companies that achieve greatness, achieve business success through innovation, through copycat innovation. The one company that used copycat innovation as a strategic plan is Apple. And Apple has been winning the award for the most innovative company in the world and the most successful company in the world as well in terms of profitability. And what is the secret? Do you know what's the secret? according to Steve Jobs, the founder of Microsoft, as well as founder of Apple, and his chairman, he said during one of his public presentations, he mentioned that good artists copy, great artists steal, and we have always been shameless about stealing great ideas. So are you stealing great ideas? If you do not, then you are at the losing end. Because based on the work of Professor Shankar, a study has been conducted from the year 1948 to 2001. Based on this study, he said that 97.8% of the value of innovation goes to the imitators. Let me repeat the figure. 97.8% of the value of any innovation goes to the imitators. So if you are the original innovator, what is the success rate? 2.2%. So do you want to be the 2.2% or do you want to be the 97.8%? The choice is yours. Now let me tell you that there are several myths about this imitation or copycatting. They thought that, well, just study someone successful, just copy it. It's not so simple. You have to understand the context. And frequently the best ideas do not come from the same industry or same application. You have to have cross-industry copycatting. Right. For example, the idea for the just-in-time system piloted by Toyota originated from the visit of the chairman to the US, when he went to the supermarket and saw that the fresh food supply comes just on time. That triggers it. With that concept, he applied to car manufacturing, and that is when he created the just-in-time system. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what should you do? Are you convinced of the impact of copycat innovation? If you are, just send me an email, Dr.YKK@mindbloom.net. I've written a report on this, and you can get a free copy of the report. You can study it, because with the internet, you are super powerful, because whatever problem you have, someone, somewhere has the solution. All you need to do is to know how to look and adapt that solution to your needs.